Welcome to Seen Thailand. My name's Bill. I'm an expat living in Chiang Mai. I've been living here 10 years. The last video I did, I showed you the Muban that I lived in some of the houses. Well, today I'm going to take you outside the Muban into the villages in around Hang Dong. You'll see some rice fields, you'll see some Thai style houses, you'll see some houses that are under construction. And just kind of get an idea of the lifestyle of the people that live here and work here. I'll take you by the market and by the 7-Eleven, by the police station, and show you a few things around town. I hope you enjoy it. We're on the motorcycle, so you have to excuse the shakiness, and don't forget to put your helmet on. See you later. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, subscribe and like the channel. It really helps. Anyway, have a good day. Thank you.
Okay, now we're on the main road behind the city. Kind of runs from north to south. You'll see a lot of shops on the left and right. Hair salon right there on the left. Apartments on the right. And this is kind of the road that we use to travel through because there's not that much traffic. If we get out on the main road, you get stuck in traffic. There's one traffic light in the city and it backs traffic up for miles. But you know, you can see the houses. Most of these are houses on the road to the right and to the left. And that white building on the left is kind of a community center. And there's a lawyer's office in the green building. And over here is a bunch of shops. There's a appliance repairman, sewer, a seamstress, laundromat, and there's a little bar here on the left. We call them bamboo bars, where they sit out on the street and drink at night. And up here on the left, this has just started. People began just kind of showing up on the side of the road selling fruit and vegetables. And the reason they do this, they don't have to pay any fee to the city, and they don't have to go in the market, which gives them a little extra money. And now up on the left here is the temple. You can't see it hardly from the road, but it's the temple for this little area back here. And up here, up by this store here, we're gonna make a right and get back down inside the village where you'll see how close the roads are together. Cars go up and down these roads. They just navigate the best way they can. And, you know, they're real narrow, but everybody seems to know that, you know, you slow down and pull over to the left a little bit and let everybody by. Now, this red truck up here is actually like a taxi. You pay like 30 baht, which is $1, and they'll take you into the city, and, you know, you just kind of get off and get on wherever you want to. There's a little buzzer on there. And it's just a pickup truck. You climb in the back and go for a ride. And up here on the right is a lady. She's picking leaves, and they'll use them in some type of food. I'm not really sure what it is, but there's a leaf there that they eat. You'll see them often in the evenings out there picking them. And we'll make a right here. And this comes up behind the old Muban that I used to live in. And there's a row of houses between the Muban and the street. Back there on the left, there are guys always out there. They're drinking and playing music all hours of the night. We used to be able to hear them from the old house. And over here on the right is an older house, and usually they're fighting chickens right there. Yeah, you can see it's chicken coop. Usually there's about 15 or 20 people out there, and they're fighting chickens there during the day and into the evening. And these are all just houses here left and right. Some of them have just gone up. And there's a little sidewalk bar there on the right. And about 4 or 5 o'clock, there'll be 4 or 5 people sitting there. They'll be drinking 10 baht whiskey. Right up here, we'll come to the end, and there'll be a rice field off here. And cows out there. They free range their cows. They're not tied to anything. They just know enough to stay in the grass. And over to the right here is a retirement home. You'll see the red roofs over there. It's real big. The last time we went through, we took a tour of it, and there wasn't anybody staying in there. Some Swedish guy owned it and had a lady that was a caretaker. But they didn't have any business at that time. Now we're going back into the village that's in behind the rice fields. That right in front of us is a school, elementary school, and the kids have just now gone back to school. And over on the left, after we cross the bridge, is a little convenient, kind of like a convenience store where you can buy anything. You can buy plumbing, you can buy brooms and food and whatever. Because a lot of these people don't have any transportation, so you'll see these little markets put up everywhere. This particular road here, I really enjoy riding on it. The houses are real pretty. A lot of Thai style houses like the one on the left there. And they're built out of teak wood. And they have to, they have to protect them from bugs. They spray them every once in a while. But this is really just a nice road to ride down, kind of relaxing. And everybody takes care of their property. The city doesn't come through and clean the streets, the people do, which is really nice. Now we'll take a left here, up here, and go down to a dead end road, and I'll show you some of the houses there. But this is just a really nice area, and it's all, it's all Thai people living here. I don't know of any foreigners living back in here, but I ride through here on my bike or on the motorcycle, or just anytime. It doesn't really matter. And that road actually would take us back to the same road that we just came in on. It kind of makes a little circle. There's some real pretty houses there, and we'll see that on the way out. But we'll go left here, and this road actually dead ends into the rice field. The roads here make no sense. They just go wherever they want to build a house, they'll build a road. And like I said, there's some really nice houses back here, and they're all walled up, and they're all have gates in the front. There's one for sale on the left. But usually, you notice there's nothing on the streets. There's no debris, no leaves, and people will come out in the morning and sweep the streets in front of their house. And we'll turn around here and go back out because that dead ends, and come back out on the same road. There's a nice teak house on the right there, and also on the left. And this little house that we're coming up to past the flags is my favorite house. There's a little old lady that lives in it. And a lot of times she's sitting in the doorway. I can't see her right now. But these are all houses on the left and right. And as you can see, there's no sidewalk back here. It's just, just houses in a little market right here. And usually they start selling vegetables there probably about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. A lot of these people that live in here work in the rice fields. And that house on the left there's a couple that live there, young couple, and he works the rice fields right here on the left. And they just widened the road here for some reason. I don't know exactly why. They didn't do it anyplace else, but just right here in this area. And off to the right here, across from the field, is a 9-hole golf course. A lot of the Thai people play golf, and even some of the foreigners go over there and play golf. That's one habit I haven't taken up yet. And there's a farmer there picking up trash. This place on the right used to be a house, and it sat off the road quite a bit and had a big swimming pool, and it was for sale for a long time, and somebody bought it and built a resort there. And we never see anybody around. They don't really have much business. But these are rice fields on the right, and on the other side of these trees are rice fields. And they just haven't dug them up yet. You can see those are starter plants over there that they're starting now. They'll transplant those into the rice field. Pretty house coming up here right in front of us. It's really a nice neighborhood. Everybody's friendly. They'll wave at you when they come by and see you. And the house up here on the right, the man who is leader of the village, he owns it, and there's like 5 houses in there. And it's kind of like a compound, and all his family have built houses in there. Really nice houses too. You see him, yeah, right there where the blue and the white is, or the gray and the white. He's built some really nice houses back in there. And more teak houses on the right. But yeah, it's different for me because we're not used to seeing stuff like this, and I can ride this road 3 or 4 times a day and see something different every time I ride. I really enjoy it. Right up here on the left is another teak house, and it's actually for rent. I have no idea what they're asking for at that one there on the left. And over here on the left, you can barely see it. It's a little market. At about 4 or 5 o'clock, there's probably 6 or 7 guys. They're always the same guys. They're all sitting there drinking whiskey. I don't know what time they go home, but eventually they go home. There's a real pretty house right there, Thai style. There's a couple of them here that are really, really nice. And we'll make a left here, and on the right is another, what I call bamboo bars. And they're just bamboo shacks put up, and people will come at night and they'll play music and drink whiskey until 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. There used to be banana trees over on the right on the other side of these trees, and they've cut them down, but they're really, really pretty. And on the left side is all rice fields, and that house has just been put up recently. Beautiful house. You see the bright green there. Those are all starter rice plants. And they'll have a group that'll come out and they'll pick all those and bundle them up, and then they'll take them out into the rice fields and plant them. Off to the left is another temple. Oftentimes this is where I'll come out and fly the drone, and I've shot some videos out in front of that temple. It's really nice and peaceful. There's a couple of little dogs that live at the house across the street, and they'll come over and visit and play around for a while. I used to bring them food, but I haven't brought them food in a while. It's a real pretty temple, and it's way out in the country. I mean, there's really not a whole lot around it, but when they have an event or something, it's packed, jam-packed full of people. And they've just spent a lot of money renovating the wall and putting the flags up and the statues. It's really nice. They have quite a few young monks that are in this particular temple. Those of you who have seen my drone videos, you'll probably recognize this area. This is where I usually fly the drone. There's a little shack up here that I'll put my stuff in, and I'll fly from right next to the shack. But this will all be planted in rice at some point in time. And a farmer up here checking his cows. Those are Thai scarecrows out there. And this is a rice field that they've just drained it. They mucked it and they just drained it. And what they'll do is they'll fill it with water again and put the starter plants in. They're getting ready to put starter plants in here. And they'll fill all that up with water. And this is one that they've got the water sitting in. And the man who owns this actually owns that big house over there on the right. I met him one day when I was out flying the drone. It's a beautiful house. And this is the view of the mountains. It's absolutely beautiful. This is a great time of year. There's no smoke, and when it's smoke season, you can't see the mountains. You can see probably about 100 meters out into that field, and that's about it. And that usually starts around October or November. You know, we'll make it right here. One of Lex students lives in the house on the left here. And if you look straight ahead, that's the Mubon that I showed you the other day. That's the Mubon I live in. So we really haven't gone that far. This is a new house that's just gone up, and it's a monster house. I have no idea. It's got a swimming pool, and it's got 3 or 4 different buildings to it. I have no idea who's building it, but it's going to be a big house. And that was in the middle of the rice field. They filled all the dirt in and built the house in there. And on the right, the lady that owns this place used to be our gardener in our old house. She's building her shop there. And this is a real neat teak house. There's an old lady that lives here, and I've photographed this place a couple times. It's really, really pretty. And we'll go up here and make another left. There's another teak house there. We'll make a left up here, and we'll actually go in behind the houses. There's a road back there, and there are more houses built on the right side between the road and the rice fields. And this is a road leading to houses on the right. It's a real narrow road. You can barely get a car in, but they do drive cars through here. They just, you know, if somebody comes, they just back up and go out or get over as far as they can. It's a different lifestyle. It's not anything that we're used to seeing. It's kind of interesting. This guy here has a lot of antique cars. I don't know who he is, but he's got several antique cars in there. Somebody burning leaves in their backyard. Now we're heading on the road back out, and that's an apartment building on the left. The apartments here, they run anywhere from $45 to $50 a month. They're just one room with a bathroom and a floor. There's a community center on the left where they have a weight machine. Weight machines in there, and kind of like a racquetball court. There's another pretty view. Like I said, those are all starter plants. Those rice plants will end up out in the field. A lot of banana trees out here. There's no shortage of bananas. That's a water. The water supply is right there on the left. It's a water tower up there, and they have their own filtration system. It's kind of like a charcoal type filtration system. And we'll come back out at the school again. This is the school right in front of us. There's a gas pump right there. We have gas pumps set up different places in the city where you just pull up and it's like a coin operated machine. You put your money in it, it'll pump your gas out. There's a resort right there on the left. And another little market on your right here coming up. It's a lot of fun just to ride around and see different things. You see things, like I said, you see things that you don't see in your home country, and it's different, so it's interesting. I'm always amused every time I go out. And there's a little restaurant here on the left, in this corner that we used to eat at, right there on the left. And this house right in front of us, a policeman lives there, and they'll put signs out in front of their house saying that they're police. I don't think we'd want to do that back home now. And we're right back on the same road we came out on. And usually at night there's people here on the left that they'll grill fish out and sell fish. That's our little stand right there. And that thing with the steeple on the right, that's a crematory. They'll burn your body in there. They have, I think there's about 3 or 4 of them around. Just about every temple has one. And these houses all on the left were put up since we've been here. Some of them have sold and some of them haven't. They're kind of like townhouses. Places to eat everywhere. You can't ride, 100 yards without finding a place to get something to eat, which is good. We don't do that much cooking at home. We'll go out and eat. There's a lady getting her lunch right there on the left under those umbrellas. And up here on the left, you see that little canopy there. That's the Hangdong Market. And I'll do a whole video on that. It's really an interesting place. They sell everything in there that you can imagine, right down there on the left. And then we got the 7-Eleven on the right. That place is packed. You can barely get your bike in there sometimes. It's so full. And the municipal center, the city center, is right here on the left where all these flags are. That's where we pay for our our trash. Our electric's done through the government. Another restaurant there that I eat at on the left. And this building on the left, the high building, that's the police station. And the police station's actually out front. These are kind of like dormitories where the policemen live. Here they furnish their housing. They're not, they're just one room apartments. But that's part of the benefits of being on the police department. They give you a place to live. Now, right now we're coming up to my Mubon and the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I like to show you around. I've got some plans for my next video to go up to a Hmong village up on the mountain, and I should get that done fairly soon. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.